Hi Gemini, this is your December 2024 reading and what to expect in the month of December. In the middle of your spread, I got King of Cups in the upright. And for me, that's saying that you've been able to support yourself, with unconditional love before you can support others. So you're giving from a fuller cup, as opposed to the way you were giving in the past. So you've balanced, you've create some sense of calmness with the Temperance card right on top of there. You were really tuned into your emotional intelligence at this time, Gemini. I'm liking the energy. So some of you could be very balanced in your yin and yang energy, that you are ready to take on whatever opportunity comes in front of you in December. And I feel like for some of you, you could be in a union with someone, maybe talking about cohabitating or building something from scratch. It doesn't even have to be romantically. It can turn romantically, but it could start as a foundation of like something where you're harmonious in your visions, and something that you guys can form and co-create and like feel complete within yourselves and together as a collective. There's like a lot of progress and power that I feel with Gemini in December. And if this is a new love interest, it's working out well. You guys are aligned, and that tells me you're like twin souls. Twin souls have one soul. They see things from higher perspectives, and they maintain a sense of independence and integrity. And I feel like everything that you've gone through in the past through other relationships has prepared you for this relationship. If it's not a relationship, apply it to your situation. It could be a job or a new endeavor or a new opportunity that you could be tuning into at this time in December, Gemini. There is like around the full moon, or in and around the full moon, it could be, I'm getting particularly December 18th, where you could be in your feels, okay, with the moon card here. And what I get from that is like, you're being asked to pay like close attention, Gemini, to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still more to come, right? Miracles surround you, and be on the lookout for them, because you're so deeply connected at this time. And if this is a love interest or a friend or someone around you that you admire, they help bring this side of you come to the surface. It's beautiful, right? Now, I feel like in December, you're going to be like a little bit confused, like, because there could be some investment or something that you're waiting on to make this new move in success. For some of you, it could be a new job, it could be a retirement, it could be a resource that you're waiting on that hasn't come yet. And so if you're putting that off, this particular Gemini, I feel like you're being urged to pioneer and lead and be more ambitious and use your originality, right? Like, start to dream, start to reflect and retreat, especially in the month of December, and tune into your mystic spirit. I feel like, this feminine Pisces energy, some of you might have a Pisces moon. I'm tuning into, you need that, like, whatever you're envisioning, it's essential. Like, it's coming up to the surface, but it needs some hands-on application to make it real. Like, whether this is you wanting to create a living doing massages, whether this is you becoming a natural influencer, this is a content creator, whatever this is, like, there's a big divine hand in it. But in order for the divine to come in and start to make way and align the things and the people and the resources that you need, you do have to build, like, ground these energies and not just escape and like be in your head about it, because you don't want floating castles in the sky. You want to consider the bigger picture, Gemini, and translate your ideas into the world with confidence, right? And trust that as grand as some of your ideas can be, I believe that if you are stable and you put effort into this, you can start a new life. You can move, you can you know, it's like, don't rush it. Like, don't be in a hurry to get to the end result. Like, just kind of enjoy starting this process, right? Like, I think because you've been so reliable to yourself in the past 4 years, maybe even 5 for some of you, and you're now healing, you're more balanced, you're more practicing more patience for yourself, more moderation, and being sensible and purpose, and you're finding more of life's higher calling for yourself. So, you know, I think if you're scared to follow through on your ideas, do one thing at a time, right? I think learning these karmic lessons on this path that you're on, whether it's relationships, family, friendships, right? Work, other people, obligations, like those external parties to you, if they are more distractions at this time, I feel, Gemini, you're being asked to let go of those things for now, because there is this renewal in December that your soul is going to go through, that's leading you to a new life, a fresh start, a rejuvenation in your soul, like healing after a crisis that you've been to in the past 5 years. Like, this is your sacral chakra, I feel, that is unblocking in December. If you need some support to do some energy clearing on your chakras, please feel free to email me and book a session. I can totally support you on that path. Let's pull some more tarot for you, Gemini. Yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing travel. For some of you, I'm seeing relocation. And for some of you, I'm seeing a wedding that you could be going to, or this could be you getting married if you're already engaged. But some type of joyous celebration, like a weekend getaway for a wedding or some type of party or event, collaboration even, and where you're going to meet more like-minded community for yourself. Like, you're going to make some new friends, Gemini, in the month of December. And I sense success. If this is a project or a business, an endeavor, you know, an opportunity, it's going to go very well. And if for some of you, I would definitely, like with the Magician card here, know that you anything you touch right in December is going to start to turn to gold. And just don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. Don't change your mind so quickly, like you're good at doing, Gemini. Stick to this, because this is big. The Magician is like, anything you can imagine, you can make it real. That's basically what the Magician cards energy gives off, and it's taking action, it's creation, ambition, manifestation, self-confidence. It's all of that, the willpower, the skill, and the creativity, and you using what you have, like not feeling, oh, but I need a light. Like, I talk to so many content creators these days. I always ask them and see their journey and ask to share how they prepared and what they're doing. And some people are like, yeah, my office is almost done. I've got to get a light. I got to get the mic. I got to work with what you have for now. I don't have a mic. I don't have a camera. I don't have lighting yet. I'm working with what I have, but I know in due course, I will be able to invest in all of that as I progress, right? And that's what you're going to be doing in December, Gemini, right? And if this is love for somebody, I feel like the person that you're dating is going to be giving you the most that they can give you. And because this person, Gemini, in December that you were connecting with, whether it's a friend, a colleague, a romantic interest, I don't know, it's all energy, but the page is somebody who gives what they can, you know, while they're focused on their own personal goals and they're achieving their own success. So study their habits that you were drawn to, Gemini, in this person, because they're going to teach you things that you're going to need for the next chapter, right? And I think this person is so diligent. You desire this person and to be around them because they're so ambitious. So Gemini, you have all of that in you. So a lot of relationships in our lives are here to reflect to us aspects of ourselves that are ready to be shown and released and unleashed into the world, right? So by tapping into that. So sometimes, you know, we look to people to fill those things within us, but no, that's not what this person is here to do. They're on their own journey, as so are you. And for another Gemini I'm picking up on, I feel like this is going to be an opportunity. It could be a new job you're starting. It could be a new endeavor, a side gig, a part-time job, I don't know, but it's pretty cool. It's going to allow you to make extra cash. You're going to see some stability in it. You're going to be able to support yourself and be grounded at the same time, right, Gemini? And I think if for someone that I'm tuning into, if this is love, they think you're like the most beautiful woman inside and out. 10:10 on the clock as I saw that. So, you know, this is the Empress. Your energy to them is just so exuberant. It's like you to them in their eyes, you know, you may be looking up to them, but they're actually looking up to you as the Empress, which is someone who, you know, who's abundant, who's nurturing, who's fertile, who's feminine and masculine. And you're like, you would make a great wife and mother that they would want to bring home. Or if you're a masculine, you know, apply it as a masculine, right? So they look at you as like so accomplished. They think highly of you. They're very fond of you, and they see your growth. So I wonder if this is somebody from the past that comes in again in December that's like offering more support, more love, more energy, more time and effort into your connection. Again, it could be friendship, it could be an ex coming in, and I don't know, just be careful in December that you don't get too attached and too clingy, because you've worked to a level of success and independence and unconditional love for yourself. You've created this sense of, you know, like optimistic environment for yourself by yourself, that you don't want to fall back, right? You don't want to, for me, once you expand emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically, you don't really want to go back, right? It's hard unless it's a karmic test that comes back in to test you, and you can start to feel stuck again. Like why do I lose myself in this person? Why do I work so hard in this job when it's really like I'm losing myself, right? So the moderation in Sagittarius season, which is now, keep working on that, keep strengthening the practice of moderation, because I think focusing on your own goals and your passions is the key, is the answer. 12:12 on the clock to not falling back into your shadow self, and to not attaching yourself to situations and like, you know, maybe you went from feast to famine with your intimate life. Maybe you haven't had intimacy with anyone in a while, and like you tend to get hooked once you give that part of you away. Like try and balance and just be mindful, like be responsible and be in alignment with your truth. Always listen to the wisdom of your body. Gemini, I think this is key, because you for another Gemini, you're surrounded by like at least 3 suitors going, biting for your attention and time in December, and you're gonna discern who you think is worth your time, who you think isn't, and there's one person that I think it's not that like he's like he would commit, but he's more committed to his goals. As long as you're committed to your goals, I think you guys can find the middle ground there, right? Or don't get involved so quickly and give of yourself emotionally and physically so quickly, so that way, you know, you use your intuition, use the wisdom and the sacred knowledge that you've gained over the past few years that has got you here. You know, renew, like it's a chance to renew your soul and do things differently in December, Gemini. In case this particular ex comes back in the picture, you'll be prepared, right? And you're going to be able to discern who is there for you, who is true, who is committed, when you are all of that to yourself. And you're going to know. There's a lot of clarity coming in December through these energies moving in and around your orbit in December. I'm really excited about this. Come get a reading, or let me know if this resonates or will resonate in December. But I'm excited for you. Let's pull you an advice card. Gemini. What advice do you have for Gemini in the month of December? You're an angel. You got the angel archetype. Like this is basically you helping other people with no expectations in return, and where maybe in the past you had conditions and expectations and you ended up getting disappointed. So I always tell people from my own personal experiences, people will always disappoint us, right? But the universe never does. And you are a co-creator of the universe. Y-O-U, universe, right? This is, you have conquered your shadow attributes, and you maybe, like, in the past acted innocent or angelic in a way that misled others, where you falsely maybe claimed to be in touch with like some angelic guidance, and it wasn't deep enough, right? But you've balanced that. So it's beautiful, the work that you're doing. Let's do one more advice card. Gemini. You got this beautiful, this is the Judgment card. This is where, you know, you're like accepting the endings. Look how beautiful the colors are in there, and you're preparing yourself. You're like going through this new beginning, and you're gonna have this like continued sense and shift in consciousness, where everything, changes and shifts, and you're in acceptance of this. And the vibration, of movement is amazing when you flow with it, right? Like, it's only when we give ourselves permission, will it occur gracefully and painlessly. So it's all about perception. Come get a reading, Gemini.